Hi and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how you can manage your cheer team's finances using the Tumble app. This tutorial is for version 2020. The following information may be slightly different for releases that will come after this version. Before launching the Finances screen, you should make sure that the correct team is selected on the Home tab. Of course, this only applies if you coach more than one team and have multiple teams set up in the Tumble app. Next, press the Finances button on the Coach Aids tab. This displays the Finances screen. You can confirm which team is selected by looking at the team name that's displayed beside the word Finances at the top of the screen. The team that we will be working with has only 3 members and an alternate to make our examples easy to follow. The account list will list each of the team members for the selected team along with 2 special accounts, Team Fund and Apply to Everyone. You've probably guessed that the Team Fund is for keeping track of the money that is collected or paid out of the team's account, and that the team member accounts are for keeping up with what each individual member owes or has paid. It may not be as obvious what the Apply to Everyone account is for, so we will cover that more in depth in a few minutes. If you don't charge fees or collect payments for the alternates or injured or suspended team members, you can uncheck the alternates or injured suspended boxes below the account list, and this will keep them from displaying in the list. For example, Jade is an alternate, so if I uncheck the alternates box, her name is removed from the account list display. I can easily add her back by checking the box again. The first thing you should do is set the amount that is currently in your team fund by selecting Team Fund in the list and clicking the Change link beside the opening balance. This will display the opening balance prompt. If your team is brand new and you have no funds yet, then you can keep the value at 0. But if you currently have some money in your team's account, then you can enter the amount. Anytown High School's Cheer Fund currently has a balance of $500, so we'll type that in and close the screen. Notice how the opening balance as well as the balance display at the bottom of the entry section has changed. If you don't have any money in the team account yet, or if the amount is getting low, then you may want to check out our 20 fundraiser ideas for your cheer team article on the blog page of the Mud Pie Creations website. This has 20 suggestions for raising funds with a list of supplies that you would need, along with tips and instructions for each one. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. Now that you've set the opening balance for the team fund, you can do the same for each team member's account. New members at the start of the season will obviously have a 0 balance to begin with. But if you're just beginning to use the Tumble app and have returning members, or you're in the middle of the season, you should set the opening balances to match your current records. We'll just add a starting balance for one of our team members. We'll say that Rachel has an opening balance of $50. As you use the Tumble app year after year, it will keep up with the balance for each of your returning team members. If any balance in a team member's account goes into the team fund and everyone begins the season at 0, then you will want to use the Delete Finances link. This will launch the Delete Finances screen. When the Delete button is pressed, any finance entries that are prior to the selected date will be deleted. This date defaults to 1 year prior to the current date, but can be changed. If you've selected a date that will clear all of the entries for the team member's account and would like their balances to be set to 0, be sure the Set Opening Balances to 0 for Empty Accounts box is checked. If team members are allowed to carry over their balances from the previous season, do not check this box. Note that this setting only applies to the team members' accounts. The team fund will retain its balance regardless of whether or not this box is checked. The next section we will look at is the Add Edit Entry section. This is where you can add a new entry or modify an existing one. Let's add a $100 entry for attending an upcoming competition. The current date will be the one selected when the finances screen is first displayed, but if you're recording transactions that are in the past, you can select the date by pressing the calendar button. Once you change the date, this date will be the one selected for any other entries that are added, that is, until it's changed. This saves time when you're entering multiple entries for the same date. Next, we'll enter 100 for the amount. The category list displays many of the categories that your cheer team will typically use. You can also add, modify, or remove categories by clicking the Set Up Categories link. This will display the Set Up Finance category screen. We already have the competition fee category that we need for the entry we're making, but let's click on the Add link to quickly talk about how a new category is set up. When the Add or Edit links are clicked, the area on the right side of the screen becomes enabled. You can enter the name of the category and then select the type. Categories that have the fee or expenditures from the team fund type will make the amount owed by the team members more and will make the amount available in the team fund less. Categories that have the payments or amounts received into the team fund type will make the amount owed by the team members less while making the amount available in the team's account more. You cannot delete a category that is currently in use. If I select Fundraiser Credit and click the Remove link, a message is displayed that it is in use. The currently selected team isn't using this category, but I have another team set up which is using the category, therefore it cannot be removed. Also, if you edit an existing category that is currently in use by any of the teams, then you can change its name, but you cannot change the type. As you can imagine, changing a category's type from a fee to a payment would change all of the balances for accounts using that category in an adverse way. Let's go back to the Finances screen. As we've just discussed on the Setup Finance category screen, depending on the type that was set up for the selected category, the display will change to show whether or not the amount is received or paid. Competition fee is set up as a fee or expenditure type, so it correctly shows that the amount will be spent from the team fund. The check number can optionally be entered next for your records. And finally, you can optionally add a memo line to help you remember what the expense was for. Let's specify that this competition fee is for the fall exhibition at Someplace High School. Now we just need to press the Apply button to save the entry we've created. As you can see, the newly added entry is now in the Entries section of the screen. And notice that our balance has been updated to reflect the amount we've spent. If you want to change anything about the entry, we can double-click on the entry. This puts all of the info in the edit fields again. Let's change the amount of the competition fee to $50. We'll leave everything else the same and press the Apply button again. Now you can see that our balance has been updated to reflect the lesser expenditure. Let's quickly add one more entry. Let's add a $500 donation. Notice that because of the donation category setup, it correctly shows that this amount is being received. When we press Apply, now our balance has increased by $500. We can delete any entry by pressing the X button beside it. If we delete the entries we've just entered, now our balance is back to the amount that it was previously, our opening balance. We need to get some more money in our team fund. We plan to design an award-winning routine with the help of the Tumble app, and we're going to need funds to travel to nationals. Let's first assign an amount that every team member must pay. We could do this by going to each team member's account and adding an entry for the fee. And since our example team has only 3 members, this would not be very time-consuming. However, real teams have more members, and some may have many more members, so let's use the special Apply to Everyone account. As the name suggests, we can apply the fee to everyone's account. We'll enter the amount of $1,200 and choose General Fee for the category. We won't apply the fee to our alternate team member, so let's uncheck the Alternate Members box in the Apply To section. Note that this is different from the boxes that specify which team members to include in the account list. We'll press the Apply button, and now let's see what's happened to the other accounts. If we look at Ben's account, there is now a $1,200 balance, showing that this is how much he owes. If we look at Jade's account, she still has a 0 balance. Remember that she is our alternate, and we didn't apply the fee to alternates. Just like Ben, Rachel has had the $1,200 fee added. Her balance is $1,150 because remember that she had a starting balance of $50. And Sarah Grace has the $1,200 fee now. Let's look at the team account. Nothing has changed because we've only recorded an amount that the team members owe, but we haven't collected anything yet. You may want to have specific dates that payments on the balances are due, and if so, you'll want to include that in the calendar. Let's just quickly go to the Schedule Builder so I can show you how easy this is with Tumble. We just need to select the month and then choose Add Event. One of the events that is already in the list to choose from is Payment Due. We'll just set the date that the first installment is due, and we'll add a note that everyone needs to pay $300. There's already a payment icon associated with this event, but we can change it if we want. If it's due every month for the next 4 months, then we can set the repeat to monthly. We'll keep it due on the 1st of every month until August 1st. When we press OK, now we have the payment reminder on the next 4 calendars. Okay, now it's May 1st and the first payment is due. Let's record the payments we've received during the team's practice. It's unlikely that everyone paid the exact same amount, and we'll also want to record the check numbers, so we won't use the Apply to Everyone account for this. Let's select Ben's account, and we'll record that he paid the $300 that was due. We'll choose Payment as the category. Notice that the text beside the category list correctly shows that the amount will be paid. Let's include the check number for our records. When we press the Apply button, we can see that his balance has now dropped to $900. Let's go look at the Teams Fund. Remember that we previously had $500, and we see that the payment has automatically been recorded in the Teams account and updated our balance to $800. Any payments that you record at the team members' accounts or to the Apply to Everyone account will automatically affect the team fund without you having to make an entry for it. Let's record a payment for Sarah Grace, and we'll say that she paid more than what was due, $500. Her balance is now $700. And we'll say that Rachel was only able to pay $100. Her balance is now $1,050. And a quick look at the team fund, and we see that it went up by another $600. $500 paid by Sarah Grace and $100 by Rachel. Now let's say we have a fundraiser the following Saturday. The way you will record the money for this depends on how you will divide the funds. If you're only splitting the money between the members that helped with the event and not many people helped, then you would probably want to go into each person's account and make the entry. However, if everyone helped out, or you're sharing the profits among all the team members, then you can use the Apply to Everyone account. Let's do that. Let's say that the team earned $600. Since our alternate hasn't been charged the general fee, we will only split the funds among the 3 team members. That works out to be $200 each, so we will apply $200 to everyone, making sure that the Apply to Alternates box is unchecked. We'll choose Fundraiser for the category, and notice that the text beside the category list shows that the amount is being paid rather than due as it was when we entered the fee. If you create your own custom category and this text is not what you expect, just go into the category setup and check the type. Let's enter a note that this was for the car wash, and then press the Apply button. Let's go look at what's happened for all the other accounts. Ben's account has the $200 entry, making his balance $700. Jade's account is unchanged because she's an alternate and we didn't apply the funds to the alternates. Rachel's account has the entry and her balance has decreased by $200. And Sarah Grace's account balance has been reduced by $200. Finally, the team fund has an entry for the $600 because we applied a $200 payment to 3 team members' accounts. Let's suppose now that you made a mistake. You realize that your team actually earned $635 at the car wash. The first thing you may realize is that this number isn't evenly divisible by the number of team members. Everyone should get a $211 credit plus somewhere between 66 cents and 67 cents. The easiest way to handle this is to give the amount that can be divided evenly and then just put the rest in the team fund. In the example of $635, we could credit everyone $211, which equals $633. And record $2 separately in the team fund. Or if you want to keep everything nice even numbers that's easy to calculate, you could give everyone $210, which equals $630, and record the leftover $5 in the team fund. Let's do that so our example balance stays easy. Notice that the car wash fundraiser cannot be edited or deleted from the team fund. Likewise, if we go to one of the team members' accounts and try to change the $200 fundraiser credit to $210, we can't do that either. When we try to edit it, we see why. This entry was automatically recorded from the Apply to Everyone account, so we'll need to make our corrections there. This also goes for any of the automatic entries that the team fund has. For example, if one of the payments is incorrect, we can't change it here. We have to go to the team member's account to change it. One exception to this is if the team member's account is deleted. Then their payments can be edited from the team fund because the originating account has been deleted. So let's go change our car wash entry. We'll go to the Apply to Everyone account and edit the entry by double-clicking on it. We'll change the $200 to $210 and press Apply. Make sure that the Apply to Alternates box is unchecked. Ben's account now owes $10 less than before. And so does Rachel's, and Sarah Grace. Now let's check out the team fund. The entry has been updated to $630 and our balance has also updated. But remember that the team earns $635. So we will enter $5 with the fundraiser credit category, and we'll enter a note on the memo line that this is the amount that wasn't evenly divisible among the team members. When we press the apply button, our balance has gone up by $5. I want to quickly show you two more things. The first one is the date range. You'll probably want to delete finances at the beginning of every season, after your new team has been formed. You would do that by going to the Delete Finances screen. This will delete the entries and update your opening balances so you're starting with a clean slate with each new team. But if you want to keep more than a year's worth of transactions, you may find it helpful to change the displayed date range. This will filter out entries that are very old, so it's easier to manage the list. Since we have entries for May 1st and May 9th, let's change our starting display date to May 8th just to see what happens. As you can see, the May 1st entries aren't shown, but our balance is still correct. Notice that there's a message indicating that there are entries that aren't being displayed. If we change our display date back to January 1st, then all the entries are shown again. The last thing I want to show you is that you can click on this button beside the date range and generate reports. This allows you to display and print a report for the selected account. This is helpful if a parent wants to know why your records don't match theirs, or if you simply want to give the team an update on their balances. This can be a good reminder, especially if someone is falling way behind in the payment schedule. You can print a hard copy of the report from the Print button on the toolbar. And you can also save the report in Excel, PDF, or Word format. This will allow you to email the report. So that concludes this tutorial on how to manage your cheer team's finances with Tumble. Be sure to subscribe to the MudPie Creations channel for future videos on the Tumble app, and check out some of the existing videos that have already been published. If you have any feedback on Tumble, would like to submit an idea for a new feature, or need help with the app, please reach out to our team from the contact page of the MudPie Creations website, or by emailing us at support@mudpiecreations.com. Thank you for watching.